In 2021, I scheduled a routine mammogram. So, because I hadn't had one in about 5 years, and I wanted a baseline so that if there were any changes in the following years, we would have something to refer back to. I didn't realize that this was not going to be a routine mammogram when it was all said and done. I was told that there was something that showed up on the mammogram that was abnormal. I needed to go back in and have another one. So I did. At that time, they found more abnormalities on the mammogram, which then led to having an MRI guided biopsy on both sides. The diagnosis I was given was ADH, or atypical ductal hyperplasia, on the left side, and DCIS, ductal carcinoma in situ, on the right side. Because my diagnosis was classified as stage 0 and stage less than 0, I had time to make a decision as to what route I wanted to take. Thankfully, I didn't have to have any chemotherapy or radiation. I was put on tamoxifen to keep everything at the status quo while I decided what I wanted to do. It was pretty evident based on the MRI that the right breast was going to have to be removed. And I had a choice at that moment to be able to either keep my left breast and have a lumpectomy and then have reconstructive surgery, or to remove my left breast along with the right and have a bilateral mastectomy. Had I chosen to keep the left side, I would have needed to come in every 6 months for the rest of my life for an MRI to make sure that no cancer was growing on that side. I chose to not do that. I didn't want to be beholden to the results of a test every 6 months for the rest of my life. So I chose to do a bilateral mastectomy. And because I was going to do reconstruction, at the time of my mastectomy, I had expander placements. So I did the bilateral mastectomy in June of 22 and had reconstructive surgery in January of 23. My support system was made up of my partner, Craig, and my daughter, Allison, who took amazing care of me. They were there for everything, went on pharmacy runs when I needed it, brought me chocolate, brought me whatever I needed, were there to put up with the mood swings that come from being on pretty heavy medication to recover. They were just amazing. I could not have asked for a better support system. I was very blessed in that. I will say that it has been a pretty amazing journey. I've learned a lot about myself and a lot about the people around me through this journey. I'm very thankful that I was diagnosed early and that I had options that not all women have when they're diagnosed with breast cancer. I consider myself to be much more of a grateful and thankful person. When you have a brush with your own mortality, it tends to bring things into sharp focus for you. And I will say I'm just much more appreciative, and I value my relationships more, and I am much more likely to not sweat the small stuff now. Because after having that diagnosis, everything else is pretty much small stuff. So it's been an interesting journey the last 3 years. I would say that if you're delaying a routine mammogram because of fear, then you're giving the unknown power over your life. There may be nothing to fear. You may have a mammogram and have it be perfectly normal, which is the result we want, and that would be amazing. But if it's not, then finding that out and having the knowledge of what's going on gives you the power. It puts you in the driver's seat. It gives you the ability to direct your own health care. and choose how you're going to face this. So rather than be afraid of that, use that as a way to take power over your own healthcare. Go get the test. And if it shows nothing, then that's fantastic. Then you'll know. And if it shows something, then you know. And you'll have options available to you. You'll have the power to be able to direct your healthcare as you see fit.